If Margaret Thatcher wins on Thursday, I warn you that you will be quiet. When the curfew of fear and the gibbet of unemployment makes you obedient, I warn you that you will have defence of a sort, with a risk and at a price that passes all understanding. If Margaret Thatcher wins on Thursday, I warn you not to be ordinary. I warn you not to be young. I warn you not to fall ill. And I warn you not to grow old.
I've just been to see Her Majesty the Queen, and I will now form a majority Conservative government. We can make Britain a place where a good life is in reach for everyone who is willing to work and do the right thing. Our manifesto is a manifesto for working people. 1 million apprenticeships, more help with childcare, helping 30 million people cope with the cost of living as a party of one nation, one United Kingdom. It means giving everyone in our country a chance, so no matter where you're from, you have the opportunity to make the most of your life. It means giving the poorest people a chance of training, a job, and hope for the future. It country with such good humour and such great compassion. And I'm convinced that if we draw on all of this, then we can take these islands with our proud history and build an even prouder future. Together, we can make Great Britain greater still. Thank you.
If, as a society, we are judged by our treatment of those that are less fortunate than ourselves, then we are failing. We have been raised in a generation that determines a person's worth by their birthright, the area in which and to whom they were born, in neither of which a person is given a choice. We live in a time where those fortunate enough to be born to the wealthy, the upper class and the powerful ultimately hold a predetermined dominance over the classes below them, where the act of social cleansing is a brutal reality in this modern, supposedly developed society. In 2015, it is not safe to simply be normal, to work a 9-to-5 job in the local supermarket as a means to provide for your children. It is not safe to be a disabled or elderly person in possession of a house with an extra bedroom. It is not safe to fall ill with no means to fund private care as our NHS crumbles beneath endless cuts. We must question those who claim to protect us and fight for our people to have a better future. Why does a child born into a wealthier home have the right to a better education than a child from a poorer background who is equally as academically gifted? Why must the needs of the sick go unmet in hospitals so financially stricken that they send patients home early as they don't have enough beds? Why is there a price on opportunity? Why must the family of the single mother working 10 hours a day to feed her children go hungry as every helping hand she has ever received is stripped away from her? Why are the working class, the poor, the homeless, the sick, the elderly, the disabled, the vulnerable, demonised by the very people who are supposed to be protecting them. We must pray for those that aren't fortunate enough to have the privileges of the 1%, for it is true. It is no longer safe to be ordinary.